Hello and welcome to tonight's CLNS Media Patriots Roundtable. I'm your host, Nick Quaglia, sitting here with Mike Molyneaux and with Brianna Pirre, who we've had on before, but it's been quite a while. Brianna, thanks for coming on.
Of course, I missed you guys. What's up?
Yeah, I know, we missed you too. We
It's
missed
our,
having
I
you on
think
here.
it's our first time doing a show with Brianna. So
Well, with you,
yeah,
Marv and
yeah,
I
yeah.
did
Yeah,
that.
we've had Brianna on before, but that was the substitute for Mike before.
That
But
was my
now it's
cruise. That was my cruise week, my
yeah.
vacation week.
All right, so let's get into Mike's favorite topic. So Patriots this week recap beat the Bills, undefeated still, 4-0. It was a tougher game than I guess games past so far. You can call them real competition, whether or not you want to talk about the Bills being real competition. You can call them real competition here because their defense is solid. Offense, not great, but the defense, I think we found out this weekend, is very legit. But one of the stories that came out of this weekend, Stephen Gostkowski. This guy, holy hell. He used to be automatic, and
Hmm.
we'll throw it to Brianna first, but he used to be automatic, and at this point, like, what can you say about this guy? Are we starting to legitimately get worried about Gostkowski? So the question is there anything that the Patriots can do, and what are they going to do with Stephen Gostkowski and all these issues right now? Brianna, what do you think?
I have no idea. It is a problem. Um, it's a big problem. I had somebody say to me when he missed the first field goal in Miami that he's never missed more than 6 kicks in a year. I'm overreacting. And I was like, okay.
Oh yeah.
Yesterday, I made sure I found that guy and was like, really? Are we sure? Am I overreacting now? Because it's such a problem, and I don't understand. There's rumors floating around that he needs a hip procedure. So
Hmm.
I don't know if we want to read into that at all, if we want to make that
That's
excuse.
that's yeah, see,
But
that's the thing. Like, if people are making that as an excuse, I don't want to hear it. But if it's
right,
legit, I mean, a hip for a kicker, kind of
kind
kind
of
of important,
important.
kind of
Yeah,
vital.
but I mean, it's definitely a problem, and I think Bill needs to start to think about what's going to happen with this if they end up having to pick somebody up and put him on IR if he is actually hurt, because it's like it makes no sense to me. Like he just can't make a field goal. He can't make an extra point to save his life at this point.
No, and it doesn't make any sense just looking at the past numbers. So even last year for extra points, he was 98%. I mean, he wasn't bad by any means last year. If anything, the issue that he had last year was field goals. This year, his main issue, which he's been fine with this year, 7 for 8 so far. This year, he's already missed 4 extra points. Um, it's been a brutal watch. But Mike, we'll jump it over to you in a quick second, guys. I mean, betonline.ag. The football season is back, and now you can get into the game with our exclusive sports betting partners, betonline.ag. Sign up today to receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit and make your bets on your favorite professional or college team. It's that easy. Every spread, every total, every winner or loser, straight bet, parlay, or tease your way through the entire season. Will Mahomes throw for 56 touchdowns? I don't know. He kind of screwed me yesterday by handing off a million touchdowns. Can the Pats go undefeated? Who knows? We already had that conversation. Bet on all this action with the fastest odds and updates and payouts with our new sportsbook partners, betonline.ag. Head over to betonline.ag or use your mobile device to join today and use promo code CLNS50 to receive your 50% welcome bonus. That is half. Get in to all of the action today with betonline.ag, your online sports book experts. All right, Mike, let's talk about your boy Stephen Gostkowski. This
My
guy,
boy.
this guy, real big issue. We know, giant fan. You were a big advocate all off season, all training camp. Get a guy in behind him to at least scare him a little bit. Do the old Jimmy Garoppolo trick to when he pumped up Tom Brady, when he got Tom Brady going again back in 2014. Get a guy behind Stephen Gostkowski. Now it's kind of looking like you were right. What do you got to say about Gostkowski?
Nick, I've been preaching the same thing for what's going on, like a year now? I don't even know, but it's getting out of hand, and I'm past the point of, well, we need to start getting worried. I'm past that. I'm not worried about Steven Gostkowski. I want him off the team. That's just my personal opinion. But yeah, I still stand by the whole idea of just bringing a guy in just to have behind him, just to light a fire under him.
Yeah, but that's a question I was going to ask you guys. Who the hell can you bring in?
It doesn't. Nick, that's the thing. I'll
Steven
go kick.
Janikowski?
Let me go to Patriots practice and kick. Just somebody
Oh
there.
my god.
Just somebody there that can go say, hey, your job's not as secure, because I've said this to you plenty times, Dick. This guy, Steven Gostkowski, goes up, misses a kick, and just lottie-dies his ass back to the bench because he has nothing to worry about. There's no threat to him losing his job. He doesn't feel threatened. He misses a kick, he goes and sits down. And then he also gets lucky due to the fact that the Patriots have been scoring almost 30 points a game, shutting teams out or blowing them out these first couple of games. So they miss extra points in field goals. They don't really affect the team that much. You get to last Sunday's game against Buffalo. If Buffalo had a decent offense and marched down the field somewhere in that fourth quarter, second half, they could have took the lead, because they could have scored a touchdown, kicked the extra point, and the Patriots could have easily lost that game 17-16. So there's going to be games possibly where Steven Gostkowski can cost the Patriots because he can't make a kick to save his life. And another thing we've said before, there's been years where the Patriots score a touchdown, Steven Gostkowski stepping up for extra point. That's your bathroom break. That's your water break. Go refill your drink. Now you got to bite your nails when he steps up, because you're like, I don't know what's going to happen. I have zero confidence in Steven Gostkowski when he steps onto the field. That's just how I feel. I'm done with the guy. I really wish, Nick, I know you just threw some names out there about who can possibly come in. At this point,
I mean, I threw Steven Janikowski.
There just has to be a
or
threat.
Sebastian Janikowski.
Whatever his one, Janikowski, something. I don't care. Just has to be a threat of somebody behind him for a weekend practice to make him feel like, oh, they're starting to take notice that I suck. Let me do something about it and try to work a little harder. I don't know, man, but it's too far gone for me at this point.
Yeah, but it's got to be somebody to me who is going to give him some kind of scare. Again, like Jimmy Garoppolo did, because when Tom's looking at Jimmy back in the day, he's like, okay, this guy can potentially be my replacement. This is before we knew Tom was going to do what Tom's doing now. He was like, okay, this guy can potentially be my replacement. If you just bring in a bum behind Gostkowski, he's going to be like, yeah, what are you going to put this guy in behind me?
Okay.
We've seen so many teams try to bring in starting kickers. Look at the Bears last year. Look at what the Bucks are on kicker 8 in 8 years. Like, if you bring in a guy behind, as much as he stinks, you got to feel more comfortable with Gostkowski than some of the guys that they could bring in.
That's why I had wished that the Patriots, used a draft pick to get a kicker. Whether you keep him or you just to have somebody there's a threat. Obviously, yes, the names out there probably, they don't wow you. The names that are probably floating out there as free agent kickers, because who knows what some of these kickers are doing right now that they're not on the team. So if not this season, unfortunately, which may not happen, I hope and pray that the Patriots look at drafting a kicker just to bring in some young guy to really say, Gostkowski, this can be your replacement in the future.
Even just I mean, you guys remember just in years past, like, this guy was automatic. And it wasn't even that long ago. Like, we're not even talking like mid 2000s. I'm not even talking about when the extra point was on the 2 yard line, just field goal wise. Like, even I would draft him in fantasy whenever I got the chance, because the guy would rack up fantasy points.
Sure
He would
would.
step back up from the 50, and you knew that ball was gonna go through the uprights. But now he lines up. He has not had an attempt past the 50. Okay, this season. I don't know if that's on purpose.
Rather punt it or go for it on fourth.
Yeah, I mean, what else? What are you gonna do with this guy? He goes for an extra point. I don't even feel comfortable on extra points.
No.
No, not at all. Not at all.
It's a damn extra point. And just looking at the percentages from years past, and I did it from 2015, which is when they backed it up to the 20-yard line. 2018, 98%, 2017, 95, 2016, 93. So it was a little shaky. 2015, he hit 100% of his extra points. Field goals, again, that was the worst part. 84 last year, 84%. He wasn't great on field goals last year. 92, 84, 91 in 2015. the guys remember this guy too. I mean, he's had years past where the clutch kicks, like it wasn't really Adam Vinatieri. Like he comes up for the clutch kicks, and he almost did it yesterday, where his missed extra point almost screwed the Patriots. Because Mike, you said it, the Bills could have taken the lead if they
Easily.
had a competent offense. But we
He's
remember the
he's lucky. He's lucky the Bills blew their
Yeah.
timeouts and they didn't go for a field goal on that 4th and goal situation, because when Josh Allen got knocked out of the game and they brought in what's his face. I mean,
Barkley.
they this close to scoring. I mean,
Yeah.
he probably was sitting on the bench sweating because he knew.
yeah, you should have. And I mean, remember 2015, the AFC Championship game. The Patriots had the chance to go to another Super Bowl, but you got to let people. You got to give Peyton Manning his little walk-off tour there. Find whatever, give it to him. But Gostkowski, the Patriots go to overtime after Tom Brady does another miraculous march downfield to tie up the game. All you need is that extra point, but Gostkowski missed. Was it the first extra point of the game that year too?
Yep, I believe so.
I'm telling you.
So
I'm
this
done
guy,
with him.
it's becoming a real problem. But I mean, real quick before we wrap up this segment, let's do 10 seconds. Mike, I kind of already asked you. So Brianna, is there anything the Patriots can do at this point?
I have no idea, because you think of the kickers that aren't on teams right now. They're not on teams for a reason.
Yeah, and
And
some of the kickers on teams shouldn't be on teams.
exactly.
Yeah,
But
Stevie
the only
Gostkowski.
the only thing that I could possibly think of is, I know Jake Bailey has experience on kickoffs. Does he have experience kicking field goals, kicking extra points? Like, is that something they need to look into? Because he's not great as a holder, but maybe he could be better as the actual kicker in that situation. That might be something to start to explore.
Yeah, I'll wrap it up by saying this. I remember when you guys obviously remember Gostkowski, and it was more when he was automatic on kickoffs. He would just blast it out of the end zone every time, just go for the touchback every time. But then one year, 2 seasons ago, he's just started. He's great at it. He just drops the ball right in front of the end zone every time, makes them run it out, makes the opponents run it out. People are like, "Is that why?" There were theories. Is that why he can't hit field goals anymore? Okay, let's put that to rest, because I don't think it's that. I think it's he's just not as good as he used to be. This guy kind of
That's
stinks
it.
at this point.
That's it.